Four times I have tried to film this episode. I love doing things over again. Don't you? Alright, welcome to Tim's Vinyl Confessions. I'm Tim Durling, throwing a hissy fit. We're terrible snowstorm going on outside as we speak. If I post this episode in the springtime, it's going to seem really funny, but that's what's going on now. As I said before, I've been trying to try some new camera angles here, trying some different lighting ideas, and I welcome any feedback on how this looks. As for right now, I'm going to try one more time to do an episode, which thankfully is a short one. So I've only got 5 records to talk about, and hopefully this time around we make it. I want to talk about my vinyl collection, my personal vinyl collection of Twisted Sister. That's one of the most controversial hard rock bands of the 1980s. They made some great music, but they were overshadowed by an image, and they made so many people mad during their brief time in the commercial spotlight. But I'm going to talk about the vinyl that I own from Twisted Sister on Tim's Vinyl Confessions. This is the first Twisted Sister album, Under the Blade. This came out originally in 1982 on a UK punk label called Secret Records. This is not the original record. This is a version that came out in 1985. After they had some success, Atlantic Records reissued this album with a different cover. The original cover is darker. It's the same pose, but it's just different, more menacing looking. I also don't think they were... No, they were in makeup on the first one. It's a little bit different, and there's a red band along here that said it contains a bonus track, I'll Never Grow Up Now, which was originally a B-side. And by the way, Twisted Sister do have a lot of B-sides, EPs, things like that I don't have. This is the back cover. This is a US Atlantic edition, and one line tells you manufactured by Columbia House under license. It came with this lyric sleeve here, probably hard to read. Put this here. Logo. And a customized label. Most debut albums don't have customized label, but as I said, this was a reissue. Kind of a deep red color, like a brick red. Well, that's what I would call it anyway. The vinyl itself is actually in really good shape. It's Under the Blade. Second Twisted Sister album came out in 1983. One of my favorites, You Can't Stop Rock and Roll. This is a Canadian edition. And it actually has a gold stamp on the back cover that says promotional copy on loan only, remains property of WEA Music of Canada Limited. WEA stood for Warner Electra Atlantic, given that this is an Atlantic issue. Maple leaf up in the corner, that's another indicator that's a Canadian issue. Plain plastic sleeve, the record itself came in, and this is a typical Atlantic Records logo for the late 70s and 80s that wasn't customized, this red and green logo. And of course, if people own one album by Twisted Sister, it was this one, Stay Hungry, 1984. This copy that I have is a US copy. It's in really good shape. On the back cover, originally that was supposed to be the front cover, but they decided this would draw more attention in stores, which it did, but it did create tension in the band. A lot of people thought that Dee Snider himself was Twisted Sister, like same as Alice Cooper. Here's the lyric sleeve. Oh, you're seeing the credits and the band photos. Here are the lyrics. And this label is the same custom label, or very similar to the one that's on the Under the Blade reissue. Follow-up came out in 1985. Come Out and Play. This is a Canadian edition. I had a hard time finding this one, although I don't think it's the hardest album to find by Twisted Sister. This opens up, which is kind of frightening. Hopefully I'm holding that at the right angle. Back cover. Awful lot of pink on this for whatever reason. The inner sleeve to this album will last a lot longer than a lot of my other records because it's actually a hard cardboard. It's not just paper. So here there are the lyrics, photos, and credits. A lot of credits inside of this. And the record itself had a custom logo, which is the manhole cover that's on the front cover. come out and play. Next up, this is the hardest Twisted Sister album for me to find, 1987, Love is for Suckers. A lot of people don't like this album. I like it a lot. It's very commercial, very poppy. I think it's very well done. But if you were into the heavy sound of their first couple albums, I can see why you wouldn't like this. This is a Canadian edition. Really good shape. Probably not played a lot. And plain paper sleeve is the copy I have what it came with. I don't know if there's a lyric sleeve or not. And the usual red and green Atlantic logo. And that's all my vinyl from Twisted Sister. Thank you for watching Tim's Vinyl Confessions. Special shout out to everyone in the vinyl community. If you watch any of these episodes and you have items by these artists that you think are particularly rare, I'd love to see you post pictures of them. Like, share, Facebook, YouTube, the whole thing. Thank you for watching Tim's Vinyl Confessions.